So since 2007, the Bix Lives Award Committee has been selecting a deserving person who exemplifies what it means to preserve Bix's life and legacy through the commitment of lifelong passion and whatever it is. This is an award given every year to an individual, group, or organization through an open nomination process that the public can nominate for each year, which goes through a committee, and the committee then decides from that pool who deserves the award. The award is then decided on by the board of directors from the Bix Beiderbecke Museum and then the Bix Jazz Society together. So this is a joint operation between both organizations. If you want to nominate someone who is deserving for the award, you can always go to our website to make your nomination, and they are open year-round, and we get to every nomination. So without further ado, I'll introduce James Peterson, who will be announcing this year's award winner.
Thank you. I know you're clapping for Mr. Kraft, not me. I understand that. But thank you. You took a lot of what I was going to say away, explaining the award. But the only thing I'd add is that in the program, if you go to the web page, there's I'm sorry. In the program, it lists what we're looking for persons for this award. It's all spelled out under the Bix Lives Award page. But if you get on the web page, you can go ahead, like Nathaniel said, there's a form there you can fill out.
I can't hear you.
Can't hear me? Well, count your blessings, buddy. What the heck? I'll hold it a little closer to my mouth. Now, see, I hear it too good. It sounds like, I don't know. Anyway, I was going to tell this story when I first met the gentleman who's going to win this award tonight. It was in Racine, Wisconsin, at the birthday bash. I bet some of you have gone to that back in the day. And I was in the company of Matt and Julie Craighead and Rich Johnson, beloved Rich Johnson. If anybody knew him, he was a great guy. Yeah, that's right. You're right. And anyway, Friday night got kind of mixed up, and they had a jam session rather than a band. And it was two young guys playing up there. And first, one guy was playing the keyboard, and the other guy was playing the tuba. And after a while, they switched, and the keyboard player picked up the cornet, and the tuba player picked up the trombone. And they started playing, and we're sitting at the table, and I looked to look at them, and we're all going, we were very impressed. And we invited them down to sit in with the youth band that next festival, and they did. And then some of the other bands heard them. They were sitting in with the other bands as their guest. And the next year, this gentleman came back with his own band. And he's been here, you're probably getting wise on who it's going to be, aren't you? The next year, or every year but one, he's performed here at the festival. So that gives you all kinds of hint who that might be, right? This gentleman plays 6 different instruments. 6. Do you wonder what they are? I'll tell you. Cornet, of course, piano, clarinet, saxophone, banjo, and drums. And he left off 2 of my favorites, the only 2 I can play, the kazoo and the paper and comb. But anyway, this gentleman is a musician, an arranger, a composer, a jazz historian, and he's done so much for this effort of promoting Bix Beiderbecke. So I hope you heard most of that. And with no further ado, I want to welcome the winner tonight, Mr. Andy Schumm.
Davenport Festival. What year was it? Do you think it was maybe 2007? And I was so nervous and I didn't know anybody, but I've met all sorts of great folks. You guys are all my friends after all these years of loving this music together. Thank you so much, really appreciate it. I think I'd like to talk just a minute about what I think Bix Lives means to me, what that phrase means. Well, of course, there's the person, Bix, and he's been gone a long, long time, and it's a sad end. But the beautiful thing about Bix, losing him so early, if there's a silver lining, is that the story's not quite done, right? he had a lot more left to say, and he didn't get to do that. But we get to, right? So I think about the 1929 stock market crash, and that kind of upended and uprooted all this great music that was happening in the 1920s, and it should have kept going, I think. And I'm not sure where it would have gone in 5 years, but we're trying to do that and figure out where it might have gone. And I think the thing about Bix, what Bix Lives means to me is that I guess we're not quite done with it yet. And you know, Bix was a young man, and all these guys were young men when they were playing jazz music, and it was fresh music. It was the punk rock of its day, you know? And not really kidding, these guys were 18, 19, 20 years old, and they brought that youthful spirit to it. And I'm really proud of all my fellow musicians who are keeping Bix alive and Bix's colleagues alive through their music and all of their special qualities of that old-time music here in American-style jazz. So anyway, thank you very much. I do want to say a couple thank yous. I want to say thank you to my parents, Wayne and Carol Schumm, who are here. They've supported me all the way from Oregon Piper Pizza Palace in Greenfield, Wisconsin, to the Davenport Bix Festival and internationally as well. I do want to say thank you to my, mentioned in your introduction, my friend Dave Bach, who I wouldn't be here without. Yeah. A couple other people that I love everybody here and I love all the musicians here, but I want to mention a couple people. He's not here this year, but a big inspiration for me was the great Vince Giordano. So. Yeah. People that aren't with us anymore. The guy that used to run the Recipient Bix Festival, Phil Pasmahala, I wouldn't be here without him. And a couple of my departed good friends, the great Mike Walbridge and Kim Cusack, I wouldn't be here. So anyway, with that, I'm going to relinquish the microphone. Thank you so much for this award. I really appreciate it, and have a good rest of your weekend. Thank you.